So yeah, this video popped up, right? They shared it online, and everybody started like kind of questioning. They were like, "Wait a minute, this guy." Um, it just sounded weird, right? Especially the part where, um, well, one they were saying, okay, like um, he was all happy and joking around, and then out of nowhere he just announces this, and also two, it sounds like kind of like he's a gaslighting his wife because he's talking about she wasn't mentally stable, she wasn't taking her meds, kind of like directly in a way putting the fault into her, or saying that she wasn't taking her meds, and that's why she took off, she deleted herself. um and her name was Mica Miller. So may she rest in peace, man. My condolences to the whole family. And the case is still an ongoing case. Um, is still an ongoing case. In So as this video blew up, people started like looking into the case, and it turns out that, yeah, the wife did take her life, and she deleted her own self, and there's actually a video audio of her calling the 911, calling 911, and telling the operator that she can locate her through her cell phone or her smartphone, because she's gonna take her life, and that way they can find her. Um, so right now, up to now, this whole case, they consider it that she deleted herself, and no one's in fault. But listening to the whole call and the 911 call, there's something, even though she's admitting it, and she's saying that she's going to take her life. The call sounds weird. The call sounds weird, and um it makes you think. It makes you think. It doesn't. It's kind of okay. I don't want to say it, but it kind of sounds as if somebody was on the, like, with her. I don't know if it makes sense, but kind of like making her do that. But at the same time, you don't hear her like struggling or anything. And also, too, the reports are saying that there was no signs of her struggle, or any physical harm or anything like that. And let me go through the article real quick, so I can get you guys up to catch up. And this is the timeline for Mica Miller, and this is what so far people know. So it says last month, Mica Miller was found lifeless in River State Park, North Carolina. The 30-year old husband, his name is John Paul Miller, JP. He's a pastor at the Solid Rock at the Market at Market Common Church, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Has said his wife's death was a suicide. So um, as people kept on investigating too, also too, people started coming forward and saying that there was abuse. Also too, what's crazy is that recently she filed for divorce, right? And not only that, but also too, there was a lot of reports that she made saying, that he the husband allegedly abused her. So people started like kind of like saying, okay, what's going on here? Um, and there's actually a post that she made saying that if she lost her life, it wasn't her that took her life. It was she blamed the husband, allegedly. Um, and it's so this case is it's they're calling it a suicide, but at the same time, it is a lot of stuff that doesn't sound right, and people also too are upset because they're saying that she started when they met. the husband and her, she was 10 years old. She was 10 years old in the church, and I think they're like he's 14 years older. So they're saying that allegedly that's what they're saying, right? That he groomed her, and while he was dating her, he started dating her at the age I think of 20. I can't remember, um, but he was married. And then after they got married, she got married. Micah got married to JP, which is the husband. He allegedly was cheating, so now according to what they're saying, he's with someone else. So it's crazy. It's crazy, and there's so much. This case is it gets darker by the day. So let me keep on reading this. On Monday, medical examiner said Miller died of self-inflicted gunshot wound, but family members have called on authorities to investigate her death, which they came days, which they say came after days that she filed for divorce. So she recently filed for divorce, right? And this happened. Friends of hers have said they don't believe that she took her life. The news contacted J.P. Miller for comment via email to his church. The Robeson County Sheriff's Office of in North Carolina said Sheriff Bernice Wilkins will meet with Mica Miller's family, on Tuesday to discuss the medical examiner's findings, details, information. Um, those findings will be released on Tuesday evening. So this is an older article, but it has the whole timeline. It has the whole timeline here of the whole thing. So here's a timeline of the months leading up to Miller's death and what happened in the days since. So this on October 2023, Miller files for divorce from her husband in Myrtle um, Beach. Sorry about that. I have the braces. I can't pronounce. Probably you guys are like, man, this guy can't speak. But um, the divorce case is dismissed on February 13th, according to Sun News. On February 22nd, 23rd, John Paul Miller files for separation. So he filed for separation. So that's the part where I'm kind of like, doesn't make sense, right? I mean, he would have like done something to her. Why did he file for separation? And let's fast forward a little bit. It says sometime in February, John Paul Miller removed Miller's personal items from the home they shared while she was admitted to Waka Center Mental Health, according to the sworn affidavit from her sister, Sierra Francis, that was filed May, excuse me, 2nd as part of an application to be the special administrators for her sister's state. And the sister here says, my sister was not aware that her personal possessions have been removed from her residence until she was released from the hospital. Francis said. Um, she said her sister had also expressed the abuse and violence against her by her husband to others. So, according to her, allegedly the husband also too committed violence to other people, including family members and members of the church. So people are starting to trip out, right? Let me see. Now let me show you guys this over here, because this is where things start to get a little crazy. And so this is the note right here. She posted, if I wound up dead with a bullet in my head, it was not by me. It was JP. Court affidavit from Mica Miller's sisters making some serious allegations. So this is here. So this is from the court. This is the affidavit and all. So now people are watching this, right? People are starting to find more and more stuff, more things, and people are getting suspicious, man. They're like, okay, like what is going on? Um, it is said that she did have some mental illness, and she tried to. She said she was going to take. Allegedly, she was going to. There was times that she said she was going to take her life. Um, but at the same time, I mean, people do want justice for her because they're saying that she was groomed, she was taken advantage and everything, and I don't condone that, man. If he's guilty, he needs to be charged. You know what I mean? But for that, they need to find something, right? So let's go over here. Prior to her admission to Waka Ma, Micah was gathering, and sorting the evidence she had to bring to an attorney to filing for divorce to support her claims against Mr. Miller, and as to his abused character, paramours, and associates he paid off blackmail. Francis said. So, man, this guy was over here blackmailing people and doing all kinds of things allegedly, right? I gotta say alleged. In March 11th, two incident reports. March 11th detail that Miller's report about a man following her, harassing her, deflating her tires. Local news reported. So there's reports, man. There's reports that Mica Miller did that she was being followed. People were slashing her tires, and allegedly they're saying that it was the husband putting people to do all this stuff. So they what they put in. Okay, so just talking about the tire slash. The metal was a tire deflation device that could be purchased online. The officer wrote. So the cops, they knew about all this stuff, right? They knew about this, but I don't know what happened, man. What were they doing? What was the law doing? Micah made several police reports over the last few weeks of her tires being slashed. She even found tracking devices, y'all, and tracking devices found on her car. This is some crazy stuff. So this is now. There's even JP, the husband, said that she had like problems, mental problems and this and that. She wasn't taking her meds. So now reading this, it makes you think like, okay, was this guy gaslighting her, trying to make her look like, okay, she did some crazy stuff when actually there's proof, right, of the cops. She took it to the authorities, made police reports, and this was numerous occasions, right? And she feared for her life. And March 12th, the February separation is dismissed without prejudice. According to, again, the separation is it's dismissed. So I don't know, man. It is they're getting separated, then they're not. Um, Miller posts a video on Facebook telling people that she is alive and well. Life has been crazy the couple of weeks and years, but um, I've kind of had to keep my circle really small for the past couple of weeks just because I'm going through a lot of stuff. So that was a video that she posted on Facebook. And let me see. I think we can pull that video.
And well, and life's been kind of crazy the couple past weeks, months, years, but I've kind of had to keep my circle really small for the past couple weeks just because I'm going through a lot and it's hard and it's my cross to bear. It's the thing that God has put in my life to deal with, and I don't want to bring a lot of people into it. I'm so thankful to God for a strong family and the friends that God has put in my life to be there for me at this time. I just wanted to share that my heart and my prayer is that the church would stay strong, that y'all would stick together, because the church is God's people. It's not a man, it's not a person, it's not me, it's God's people, the bride of Christ. And there's a lot of really good people in the church that that I just hope would continue on, press toward the calling, run your race, stay encouraged, stay in your word, keep worshiping.
There we go. So this is part of the video. My next episode that I have, I'll make sure I go we watch the whole video together, because I still want to cover a little bit more of the timeline and all. Um, so, but I'm telling you guys, everybody started getting suspicious right after this video right here that he posted, and man, if you go back, the more you start finding out more stuff that went on, because allegedly, according to everything that's coming out, this guy was putting devices. She was trying to get divorced, and he was doing all kinds of stuff. She even wrote that note saying that if she um, ended up with shooting herself, it wasn't her, it was him. Now this is alleged, um, and let me go and read a little bit. Big shout out to Delia Lamore. What's up, Delia? Happy Mother's Day. I hope you're doing good. Feliz Dia de las Madres. And so I am gonna go a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit forward on the timeline, and this is a picture of her sister, I think. And this is in the article. Okay, so it says John Paul Miller tells WPD that his wife died by suicide and has struggled with her mental health. She had struggled with suicide before. He tells the station each time we would help her go through it, take her to the doctor, and we got through it, and everything was fine. She even gave a few testimonies here at the church that we have on video. And she is on video. She is on video and giving testimony. She used to even go to other countries, other places to help people less fortunate. And she was trying to help people. And okay, so Miller's friends and family hold a rally, Solid Rock. Okay, May 6th. Miller dies of self-inflicted gunshot wound. The Robeson County medical examiner Richard Johnson told WPDE, the Robeson County Sheriff's Office, post on Facebook that Sheriff Wilkins had scheduled a meeting with Miller's family on Tuesday to discuss the medical examiner's findings and will release detailed information. So this is the video, man. This is the video. May God bless her soul. My condolences go out to the family, her friends, and loved ones. I hope, I know God is with them, and it is crazy. It is crazy. I mean, there's so much going on, guys. Now I'm gonna show you guys this video, okay? And it is a video of her husband, right? And it says bizarre video of Pastor John Paul Miller's surfaces. So I'm telling you guys, the more you look into it, the more things are coming out, videos, people, friends, witnesses, and just to say, I gotta say this. They're still ruling it a suicide. He's not guilty. He's not convicted or nothing. As you guys know, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Delia Lamore. I appreciate it. Let me see. Where's my thank you? I had a thank you somewhere over here. Oh, there we go.
Thank you very much.
There we go. So check this video out. There's a video of the pastor just on the floor. I don't know if it's in front of his house. We check it out.
JP, You alright, man?
Yo.
You okay? Huh? You okay?
Looks like he just threw himself out the
What's
truck.
the matter? Huh? What's the matter?
Trying to put the subtitles for you guys.
JP. You alright, man? You okay? Huh? You okay? What's the matter? Huh? What's the matter? Makes me go crazy. Is somebody helping you?
Matter, switch my medication, makes me go crazy.
Oh, okay. I thought I was going to see Jesus.
Yeah, I said I thought I was going to go see Jesus.
Okay. But you got Mark coming? Somebody called him, I think. Okay. I feel like he invited me. So, because he had spiked me everywhere. Is your medication something they gave you? Yes, it was drug. Yeah. You do some new doses or something. Can you?
Whoa. Right? Right? Let me close this window. Yeah.
So, because he had spiked me everywhere. Is your medication something they gave you? Yes, it was drug. Yeah. You do some new doses or something. Can you want me to make sure Mark's coming? Yeah, I don't know. It's funny. I don't have my phone on me. But somebody called him, right? Yeah, the lady across the street called. Okay. All right. Hey, JP. I think Mark is coming. I had him try to get in touch with me again to make sure. Is that okay?
I should have called an ambulance or something.
Huh? Ants fight me. There's ants all over me. He was letting there's ants on you? There's no ants on you, though. It's just, maybe that's how you feel, but there's none on you. There's none on the grass. What kind of medicine do they have you on? All right. Well, somebody's going to come. Okay.
They need an ambulance. Yo, this guy's just, he can't even move. He's like,
Do I need to call 911? Do I need to call the medics?
yeah, this is shit called the. Yo, man, you see somebody like that, you gotta call the medics. What do you mean? Should I call the medics?
Yeah, we got somebody coming.
Is there anything I can do? You need water or something?
You want some water or anything? You want some water? Yeah, he said okay if you got a little bottle of water.
I
don't
My
know.
bad.
I think
My bad.
you want some water. Yeah, he said okay if you got a little bottle of water.
I don't know if they hooked him up with something or he hooked him his own self with something, but dude, the guy looks like he just can't move at all. Yeah, see, exactly, Delia. I mean, at the same time, it's kind of like, but I mean, watching this video, right? It's it's like he's just there. Nobody's calling the cops. They're all like, "Should we call the cops?" It's like, dude, call the cops. I mean, not the cops. Call an ambulance. But he probably took something or somebody drugged him. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I think they changed his medication or something. He said, and he said like ants was crawling on him and stuff. So I got some more coming.
Yeah, where's the ambulance,
Yeah.
man?
I live across the street. Back over here.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, let me know if I can do anything.
okay, I think he's. Okay. Here's some water, JP. You want some water? Okay. You want to try to sit up? You want to try to sit up, or you want to put it to your mouth?
Yeah, it could be like some mushroom. Yeah, something like
Or
that.
what?
I'll be out in a few minutes if you need anything else.
Okay.
I'm fucking tripping.
Is that enough? You want more?
Got some acid. I don't know.
I can't stop making these noises in the morning when I wake up.
If Mark can't make it quick, you want me to get your mom over here?
I don't want my mom anywhere in them jerks. They're crazy. I always tell everybody to get on medication, and this is what it does. They're crazy. I can't eat, I can't sleep, I can't do nothing. I feel like I answered my eyes. I can't open up my eyes.
Yeah, it's like a bad trip. Yeah, you're right. Yo, but whoever's recording them, man, I'll be like, I don't think that's a friend, right? I mean, let me know. Let me know what you guys think, man. Let me know what you guys think. This is the first time I watched this video, and at first I thought he was kind of like, I don't know, intoxicated with alcohol. It seems like this guy is on a bad trip, like the chat says, like you guys say. Um, and he's talking about they switched his medication. So, mm, wow. Let me see what's this video. Let's actually. What the hell is this? It says the video says it was evil. Mica Miller's husband admits he posted a topless photo of her or his. I don't know, man. This dude is crazy. Let me see. Let's play.
Bringing News Nation's senior investigative reporter, Rich McHugh, who has been digging into this story for us all week long. Rich, there is this incredibly important sort of stalking report. And we were talking about it quite a bit after we discovered that Mica had taken her life. It talks about a tracker being put on her car. It talks about her
Hey, Ben Garcia, happy Mother's Day.
her tires being slashed. It talks about this, a tracker being put on her car. It talks about her tires being slashed. It talks about this device being jabbed into her tires to let the air out. It talks about a man showing up at a gas station, then following her to a car dealership, and that man's name was redacted all the way through. Last night we learned the man's name was actually John Paul Miller, the estranged husband, the man who everybody had pointed to as the cause of all of this prior.
Yeah, this guy was crazy, man. Put a tracker on the wife's car, slashed the tires.
To finding out it was a suicide. But now we actually have an email from him. He's admitting to some of this behavior. What have you found out?
Whoa.
So we've come into a lot of information that has been sent to the police, and that's the key thing here, because people are wondering, okay, so what are police to do with all of these allegations? Do they even know? And now we know that her family has forwarded all of this information to the police. One of the things that is included in these documents is an apology email from him to Mica on April 15th of this year, which is about 12 days before she died. In it, he writes, "I'm sorry for damaging your car, tires, etc. If you ever come back, I will turn in both cars and get you a nice SUV or whatever car you want. Again, my horrible flesh of hurting someone when they hurt me." So there you have it. He's kind of outing himself.
And I'll give you something shiny and new if you just come back to me. Boy, if I had a dime, Rich, for every time like that. So JP.
Let me pause it real quick. Okay, close this. Okay, these windows here. This guy. Okay, so this guy is writing emails, admitting that he did all that.
Just come back.
I'm not saying he killed her. I'm saying just he slashed the tires and he put the GPS and all that.
Boy, if I had a dime, Rich, for every time I've seen an abusive relationship like that. So JP. Actually, Mr. Miller, John Paul Miller, Pastor Miller, has been having conversations with you via, texting back and forth. And if I understand this correctly, he has also admitted directly to you that he's the person who put the tracker on the car.
That's right. That's right. So earlier this week, I believe it was Monday, I engaged with him and he started talking back with me, kind of unprovoked. And I also want to read this because this thing stood out to me when I read it at the time. I didn't really know it. He said, this is JP to me, I even hired a PI to put trackers on her car to know if she was going to a gun. Never once in my entire life ever hurt her in any way, ever. I was just communicating with him on text, drawing him out, and he kept texting and texting and texting. I've officially asked him for an interview. His attorney has, of course, said no, but that's where it stands.
That's pretty glaring, admitting to that. Okay, the next thing is that he apologized for something else, and this was something we were unsure of. There were allegations that...
Let's see what the hell.
I'm officially...
Shit's tripping.
glaring, admitting to that, for something else. And this was something we were unsure.
Okay, man. What's up with my internet? Okay. My bad, man. Having over here.
Else.
Okay.
And this was something that a topless investigative reporter, Rich McHugh.
Earlier this week, I believe it was Monday, provoked, and this thing stood out to me when I to know if she was going to a gun store, because she kept trying to get a gun for the past few months. I have never once in my entire life ever hurt her in any way, ever. I was just communicating with him on text, drawing him out, and he kept texting and texting and texting. I've officially asked him for an interview. His attorney has, of course, said no, but that's where it stands.
That's pretty glaring, admitting to that. Okay, the next thing is that he apologized for something else. And this was something we were unsure of. There were allegations that Mica had been threatened, that a topless photo of her would be posted on the internet. And now he is admitting that it was him. He was the one making those threats.
Yes, so this goes back to this apology letter that we have. It's an apology letter from him to Mica, dated April 15th. In it, he's apologizing for a series of things, and one of them is a photo that was produced on the internet. It was topless of her. We're not going to show that here, of course, but in the apology, he says, "I'm sorry for putting a picture of you on the internet. It was for less than 1 hour and immediately taken down. I was hurt that you were telling everyone horrible, intimate details of my past sin, and I just wanted to try and hurt you. Please forgive me. It was evil of me to do that."
Why would he do that?
Oh, so yeah, it's only up there for an hour. Like, that doesn't have life elsewhere when people download.
That sounds crazy, right? Oh, yeah, you uploaded your picture. But it was only up there for an hour, yeah. Like, what the?
Naked photos, and they live forever. And I'm sorry, but there's the but. Like, that's, again, just a classic pattern that you often see.
What the hell is even
so
that?
You have also seen text messages between John Paul Miller and Mica's family. What were in those text messages?
Some of the text messages I've seen were pictures of text chains where her family was communicating, and Mica was on there, but Mica, this was at a time where I believe she was in the hospital, and so the Mica jumps into the conversation and said something like, "Happy Valentine's Day to me," and I believe her mother or a relative says, "Mica, is that you?" And it was quickly figured out that this was not Mica. This was JP. That he had possession of the phone, and it was his interpretation, legal interpretation, that it was marital property. And so this is just one of a number of instances. You know, he took over her Facebook page. Her brother took it back, and her sister took it back and said, "Hey, this account has been taken over. Do not post." There's a lot here. There's a lot here, actually.
This guy's wild,
I mean,
bro.
marital property, sure, but communicating as someone else is not marital property. You can't just grab a marital property telephone and then pretend to be. Like, there's a distortion if I've ever heard one. So Mica herself wrote something before she died, a document of sorts. Did you get your hands on it, and what's in it?
Yes. So this is a letter that she wrote 2 days after this apology letter, if I have this correct, and roughly 9 days before she before she died. It was a letter to for the courts in part of her divorce court proceedings, and
Catfish.
it's a hard thing to read. I'll just be completely honest. She lays
Right.
out like the entire case of why she's leaving him and what has happened to her. I just want to read a snippet of it. I don't even know if we have it, but her opening sentence
This guy
is,
was
since
psycho,
the day
man.
we became husband and wife, I have been
Yes.
abused in every way I can think of, emotionally, sexually, spiritually,
What the-
financially, and physically. He has harassed me physically.
Yo, I'm tripping on this dude, man. I was
She lays
kinda-
out like the entire case.
I was kind of feeling bad
why
for him,
she's
like
leaving
seeing him there
and
on the floor.
what has
But
happened to her. I just want to read a snippet of it. I don't even know if we have it, but her opening sentence is, since the day we became husband and wife, I have been abused in every way I can think of, emotionally, sexually, spiritually, financially, and physically. He has harassed me physically and electronically with letters, phone calls, emails, texts, hacking my emails, hacking my personal Facebook, and impersonating me, using my stolen
this guy
phone to
groomed
send
her.
texts and emails out to
For
church
sure.
members. It goes on and on and on. Installing tracking devices on my vehicle, on my godmother's vehicle. The trackers were found on March 11th, March 14th, March 24th, April 15th. All of these have been documented and reported to the police.
Wait,
That's the key here, actually.
What's
is
up with
that
the cops,
That's
police
what I
man?
wanted
have
to
all this
ask.
information.
The police have all this. They have the letter. They have the incidents. They have police reports. Did they do anything about it?
I've reached out to all the
Preach.
police agencies today. I only heard back from one of the agencies that was the lead agency investigating her death in North Carolina. Keep in mind, she's from South Carolina. She died in North Carolina. They kind of passed the buck.
Yeah, that's him, the preacher, the same dude. I was feeling bad for him. I was kind of like, oh man, maybe they changed his medication, but this guy is wild, bro. Now I'm like, okay, no mames.
They said this is not related to her death. You need to contact the police agencies in South Carolina.
She reported
I have,
him, man.
and I
Just the
haven't heard
police
back.
didn't do anything.
So it'll be interesting to see what they do respond, because from what I can tell, from what I can gather from the conversations with her family, and you're about to speak to them directly, but they'd like to see some charges come from these past incidences. Like, there's questions about legally, what lines were crossed here, and it seems to me
At least
there may have been some.
I mean, just at least that an investigation has been going on, right? With all of these reports and all of this evidence. Rich McHugh, amazing digging on this. Just really terrific reporting. Thank you so much for this. Thank you for watching. Go to news.
Yeah, he was playing the part, the whole part. But the cops, man, she reported this, man. The cops weren't doing anything, man. The family, I mean, I was listening to this report early in the morning about this whole thing, and they were saying that, I mean, they ruled it a suicide, and there's proof there, because there's even proof of her on camera going to a store and purchasing the gun, and according to the report, allegedly she was like smiling, getting the gun and all, and I mean she made the phone call to the cops, but man, it's just, I mean, listening to all this stuff, man, it sounds that she was just like, hey man, I'm just out, man, I'm trying to find a way out, and this guy sounds like, man, could if he pushed her into it.
I am joined now exclusively by Mica's father, Michael Francis, and her big sister, Destiny Barrientos. Thank you to both of you. And may I just say I am so sorry to be meeting you under these circumstances. And my heart goes out to your family in dealing with what you are coping with. I cannot imagine being in your shoes. Michael, if I may begin with you, you feel that the investigation has been less than complete, to say the least, on Mica's death. What do you believe happened? What is your theory of how Mica died?
My theory of how Mica died? Well, I know she was pushed to the brink. I know that there is no reason for her to be out there in that area. We've never been there. She's never been there. I mean, my theory my theory is broad right now. There's bruises on her hand.
Oh, there's
There's
bruises.
injury to her other arm, like a handprint, and these things were
I
not
thought there was no
documented
bruises.
and do not show up for no reason.
Oh.
And we were not satisfied with the answers that we were given in the
I don't think
entirety. It didn't seem like
the
enough was
cops
done.
didn't report it. Because for my knowledge, well, they said that she didn't have no bruises.
Never been
no
there.
nothing.
She's never been there. I mean, my theory is broad right now. There's bruises on her hand. There's injury to her other arm, like a handprint, and these things were not documented, and they do not show up for no reason.
The kids.
And we were not satisfied with the answers that we were given in the entirety. It didn't seem like enough was done, and we just want more answers. We want more checking into this.
For what I know, I think the kids, they're not hers. I think when they married, these are kids, JP's kids, and because they are saying that, for what I heard, that they're around her, they were around Micah's same age, so they're not her kids. They're like stepkids, or what do you call them? So they're not her kids. They're her kids through marrying JP.
And Destiny, the investigators still have not released Micah's personal possessions, like her cell phone in particular, which is a pretty critical piece of evidence. Tell me why it is so important for the family to get those things back.
Mica had been gathering information to help with her divorce for quite a while, previous to her her commitment to the hospital that was unwilling. She had all of her stuff on her phone at that time and her laptop. When she was committed against her will, John Paul had went to the hospital to pick up her items, deleted all of her information off of those items, and held them till they were past the date that we could recover anything. So it's very vital for us to get this cell phone that she currently had, because we do believe that there could be quite a bit of evidence on there.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of evidence on that phone.
Michael, one of the things that I think has stuck with a lot of people is that Mica met John Paul when she was in the youth ministry in the church, when she was just 14, and he was a leader in the church. That did not escape a lot of people. Ultimately, they ended up married. But is there something that you and the family know or feel or believe about Mica's claim that she was being groomed from the time she was a child?
Absolutely. Yes, her demeanor changed over time, and she became more and more compressed, less and less of herself. And as soon as they got married, her behavior went downhill fast as far as being
she was young,
her lively, jovial self. And she seemed to be more sad, more under control, and didn't seem to be her free self. Didn't seem to be able to accomplish things she wanted to without him causing them to end. She would do something amazing, and he would shut it down and would not repeat function. I just believe he really compressed her. I really believe that he just sucked the life right out of her and caused her to go downhill from the moment after they got married, the moment after he forced her to have a certain surgery, and she had a violent reaction from the anesthesia. And he took advantage of that.
What kind of surgery are you saying he forced her to have?
Good question. Yeah, what kind of surgery?
I would rather not say.
Okay, I understand. But I do want to pull on that thread a little. Do you believe that John Paul Miller had inappropriate sexual contact with Mica before she was legally allowed to be in that kind of a relationship? Do you think there could be charges in terms of the age difference between them?
Right. I'm unaware of anything that occurred when she was still a young teen, 14 or so. Destiny, do you have anything? I'm not sure.
As far as him reaching out to her and continuously texting her while she was a teen, he convinced her to get away from our family during her teens, told her that he would find different households for her to live in within the church to get her away from our family. as well
That's
as
possible.
he helped her get a car and told her to find adults and tell them stories that they could trust, to get her away from our family. And that's how he initially isolated her during her teens.
Yeah, this guy
Do
groomed her.
you think, Destiny, that he was having a sexual relationship with her when she was underage?
That I can't lay any claim to. I'm not exactly sure to the extent of the relationship at that time, other than the getting her away from the family, getting her to talk to other people, and putting her in homes of other family members. But that is when I believe that the initial grooming did start.
And Destiny, just describe some of the changes that you saw in your sister after she married John Paul.
She was young, though.
Micah was so full of life. She was funny and energetic, someone that just lit up every room that she walked into. And once they were together, especially for that first initial couple years, I mean, she just deteriorated. She was not herself. You could see that maybe she was starting to, you could see just the downfall in her personality as far as becoming sad or trying to put on a mask to not let people in of her own private, from what I'm finding out, her own private hell.
Michael, is there a chance that you and your family will launch any kind of civil litigation against John Paul Miller, whether it's wrongful death or whether it's an encouragement for the police to launch criminal charges for anything they may discover in the evidence that we've been able to unearth, the stalking and the harassment, the physical evidence and the admissions and the emails, even to our producer, that he had done those things?
Jeez, crazy.
Absolutely. We're going to push for every law that can help and push for laws that don't even exist yet. We need a lot of support. We need people that can help write new laws if necessary, and staff this situation to springboard forward and protect Mica and also protect anybody else in the future. And we'll definitely pursue that. Wrongful, everything. He has caused terrible pain and tragedy throughout this.
Yeah, whoever's dating this guy right now, you need to run for the hills, man. Yeah, because there's somebody, he's dating somebody already, right? He's already dating somebody.
Run.
Yeah, you got to run.
Michael, what was the last conversation you had with your daughter, Mica?
It was about, it was the day before, gosh. It was basically about how things were going. I was talking with her about music, and we wanted to do some recording, and she just absolutely had no signs of anything drastic in her life that would be that bad. She did mention that she was feeling some depression, and she was didn't understand. She didn't understand why this pressure was coming back, because she was feeling better and better the longer she was away from John Paul. And I believe it's due to the stalking and the slashing her tires and causing her just pressure, as she felt like she had to look over her shoulder all the time. So she felt like she needed a weapon to protect herself. So, this is not normal. She was not in a situation where we would think, oh, we need to be watching her, or, I left, she was doing fine. She had a job, she was moving forward. And then suddenly, here we go. Here we are.
Michael Francis and Destiny Barrientos, thank you so much for being on the program and sharing.
Yeah, man. Well, something's wrong with this guy, man. So, I mean, this guy was putting tracking devices, GPS, slashing tires, and doing all kinds of stuff. So, do you guys remember earlier, for the people that are just coming in right now, I mentioned earlier about the phone call. You know how because she called 911, and there's the 911 call actually here, and she sounds calm. She sounds calm and everything. But we're gonna listen to this phone call, and even though it's her calling, don't tell me it doesn't sound right, right? It's just, was somebody there next to her? Was she You know what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? Where I'm going? Let's listen to this.
Robeson County 911. What's the address of your emergency?
Hi, are you able to trace the location
This
of
is
my
Mica
phone?
Miller calling 911.
Let me see. You don't know where you're at?
A national park.
What's the phone number you're calling me from?
What pisses me off is that the operator sounds so like whatever, right? I'm like,
Where's the park located at?
In Fair Bluff.
Let's see.
I have my location on, I think, on my phone. Find my phone is on. I just did my my location.
Okay, I'm showing, hold on one second.
yeah, there's definitely something wrong with him.
I don't think you are in Robeson County. Are you at the Lumbee River State Park?
Yeah, that's where I am.
Okay.
Yep.
Tell me what's happened.
I'm about to kill myself, and I just want my family to know where to find me.
Sad, man.
Okay, ma'am. Just listen to what I'm saying, okay? Let me make sure I got the exact location where you're at, okay? Just 1 minute.
That was the call right there. I gotta look for the whole phone call, but people are upset. They're talking about how come the operator didn't try to talk to her. You know what I mean? Like kind of like get some timing on her side to so that way she could get the authorities over there or nothing. She was just like whatever, and but I don't know. To me, she sounds.
We start
just
tonight
too
with
calm.
continuing coverage on the death.
There's no signs of her, being like distressed or kind of like I don't know. Maybe this guy was so bad that it just drove her, like you guys said on the chat. Just drove her into just taking her life. Now there was a witness here. They said there was somebody near there. The witness said that near where Mica took her life, and the witness said that he heard some crying and then a gunshot, and then this whole thing also too is kind of weird. They need to investigate here a little bit more. Let's go into it. Here we go.
We start tonight with continuing coverage on the death of Mica Miller, the estranged wife of John Paul Miller, former pastor at the Solid Rock Church in Myrtle Beach. This week, the Robeson County Sheriff's Office, they released a timeline of what happened the day Mica died by a self-inflicted gunshot wound at the Lumbee River State Park. Now tonight, the man who reported hearing Mica crying and the sound of a gunshot at that state park is sharing how his character is now under attack. He says it's destroying his life, and he wants the baseless attacks that he's seeing on social media to stop. He talked with ABC 15's Tanya Brown. She joins us now live from the Robeson County Sheriff's Office in Lumberton.
Andrew, the fisherman says he never thought fully cooperating with the police investigation and telling the whole truth and nothing but the truth would lead to him being unfairly targeted on social media. I met 55-year-old Johnny Jacobs today at an undisclosed location.
Damn, how did they know? Because in the first interview, he didn't show his face. But damn, the internet is crazy. How did they find out who he was?
Being unfairly targeted on social media. I met 55-year-old Johnny Jacobs today at an undisclosed location in Robeson County. He didn't want me to show his face because he's concerned for his safety after being bashed and targeted on social media.
It's like putting my life in danger with some of the things that's been said.
Jacobs tells me he'd been fishing for several hours on April 27th at the Lumbee River State Park when he heard a faint cry. He says 2 or 3 minutes later, he heard a gunshot.
I said, oh my God, don't tell me, because the crying had stopped. I said, don't tell me something's happened, don't tell me something. I was getting ready to get out of there. Another 3 people came into the lake on a boat, and I plainly asked them, I said, did y'all hear that gunshot? They said yes.
Jacob says he couldn't see anything because of all the trees blocking his view.
This here's the park, of course. This is where I put my boat in at.
He showed me a map on his phone of the Lumbee River State Park to better show his location on the river that day.
You see how thick the woods are? That's why I couldn't see nothing. So right along in here is where I found Mica's belongings at.
He says he found Mica's backpack, glasses, and cell phone on the bank and gave them all to deputies on scene. He says he didn't know Mica and has no reason to lie to police. Johnny Jacobs wants the unfair targeting against him to end.
I want this to stop as far as me. I don't want to make this all about me because I'm still thinking about Mica. I'm trying to respect her family. And I got total respect for them, and I am so sorry for what they're going through. I never thought my day would turn out like that.
Damn. Yeah, here I am saying it's something weird. Oh, wow.
The Robeson County medical examiner has also been bashed on social media for how he ruled Mica's death as a suicide. Now, the North Carolina State Medical Examiner's Office, I reached out to them today to get information on if an autopsy was done on Mica's body, and I am still waiting to learn that answer. Live in Lumberton, Tanya Brown, ABC 15 News.
Yeah, so we got to wait on the autopsy also to find out what they're going to find out what was on her cell phone.
Tanya, thank you. Now, today we also learned that the Solid Rock Church reported receiving, quote, harassing messages on social media in the days following Mica Miller's death. Now, the report was filed last Wednesday by a female pastor there, and police noted the messages were vague, but mentioned canceling the church for its, quote, lies. Myrtle Beach police concluded at the time no harassment had occurred. We reached out to the church for comment about this.
Of Mica Miller. Miller was.
See, let's this is a minute long video, and then we'll call it a night. And but let me know what you guys think, man. Drop a comment, and I'm gonna check out the comments right after this live stream. But
Was the wife of a Myrtle Beach pastor. She died at the end of April at Lumbee State Park in Robeson County, and it's rattled the Myrtle Beach community and nation. We just received multiple documents from the Robeson County Sheriff's Office providing a better idea of how she passed. Video from a Ring camera show Mica leaving her home around 11:38 on April 27th. She then drove to Dick's Pawn Shop on Mr. Joe White Avenue in Myrtle Beach just before 12:15. Deputies say she was instantly approved to buy a gun and ammunition. At that point, Mica drives to 41 Grocery and Grill in Mullins, where she bought gas and a drink. From there, she drives 32 miles to the Lumbee River State Park in Robeson.
This is the story right here. Yeah, they do, man. I'm including myself. I was ready to start, bashing the dude, but man, good thing he came back on the news, man. Give the guy a break.
County, where she calls 911. We have part of that phone call, and we do want to warn you, if the topic of suicide is difficult for you, the Lumbee River State Park in Robeson County, where she calls 911. We have part of that phone.
This is so this is the picture that they took earlier on that newscast that I was listening to. They were saying that she was even smiling here when she purchased the gun and all. I mean, they. It's sad, man, that she had to do this, or she did this. I won't say she had to, but she was pushed into it. What it seems like, man. This guy drove her into this whole thing, man, acting all crazy.
Call, and we do want to warn you, if the topic of suicide is difficult for you, you may want to silence the audio.
Tell me what's happened.
Oh, there's the call.
I'm about to.
Oh, man. My condolences to the whole family, man. If you are going through something, reach out for help, man. Reach out for help, and there is many hotlines out there, and reach out for help or talk to somebody. Let me go to the comment section here.